In the first step, place the material in its entire length on a nappy changing unit or an appropriate setup. An area of 1.5 meters is sufficient. The side of the sling with seams should be facing you. The smooth side is turned towards the surface. Take the non-bended end of the sling and gather the entire length in your right hand. Do not twist the cloth while doing so. Grab the rings with the left hand and tuck both rings through the end of the sling. Guide the end of the sling over the first ring and back through the second ring. Make sure that the material runs through the rings in its entire width. Now pull the sling over your left arm and your head so that the rings rest directly below your right shoulder. Roughly pre-adjust the sling by holding your left thumb about at the height of the hip bone to the left of your body. The cloth should be taut in this position. If not, pull the sling further through the two rings. Take your baby on the left shoulder and reach with the right hand between the two slings through from the outside to inside in order to hold both of your baby's legs. Set your baby at the height of your hip on the sling so that it rests with one leg in front and one leg behind your hip, and the material runs through the hollow of its knees. Spread out the material with the right hand by pulling the upper edge of the cloth upward over the arms and your baby's head so that a cap forms. With babies who can already hold their head up on their own, it is enough to pull the material upward until it is under the child's arms. Afterwards, tuck the material back into the neck area and the lower end of the cloth upward to your baby's belly. Tighten the sling running around your baby towards the right shoulder. Afterwards, tighten the entire cloth through the rings. This should take place gradually in at least 3 to 5 phases so that the sling fits individually to your baby's back. These steps have been taken in order to bind your baby to your hip with a round back in the recommended straddle tuck position. In order to take the sling off, lift the rings to loosen it. Make sure your baby is moved as little as possible in its position. Carefully tuck the sling running around your baby upward over its head, remove it downward and lay your baby down. Only now you can take the sling off completely.